Here we are at the Edgerton Town Fair in July 2005, and they have a steam locomotive this year. This is number 1003, formerly of the Soo Line, and this is Dad. There's your diagram. Keeping up the steam. Caboose.
Well, you see like these old photographs of locomotive engineers along.
In the earliest days, but then they got to
In the winter, how would you keep the water in the tender from freezing?
you could periodically have injectors which inject the water. You can revert it back to tender. And then the rest of the things you leave valves open, leave things cracked, it'll drip a little cold so that it freeze up. It was a very tough life when it was 34 below zero and you were on one of those. Because it was not warm. This thing is cold in the winter and damn warm in the summer.
But today, to operate the steam engines, I know you've mentioned the railroad's requirements. Do the feds have any specific requirements for steam?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, today there exists an FR regulation called Part 230, which is specifically for steam locomotives. It's just been updated in about the last 4 or 5 years. And it's a set of standards that you must maintain the equipment to. It also specifies inspections and rebuilds and certain things like that. So there is a separate document produced by the federal government that covers steam locomotives.
That must add to the expense of operating these quite a bit, I would imagine.
It does and it doesn't. Some people have complained about it, but I've found that most of it is fairly realistic.
Okay.
And it really doesn't add that much extra to do it. Yeah, a little more pain and heartache and whatever, but not that much extra. I don't consider it tremendous.
Was a boiler good for the life of the engine, or did they commonly replace the boilers or the fireboxes?
Fireboxes are much more replaceable, but that sheet metal inside that's facing the fire is only about typically 3 centimeters thick. The only thing that keeps that from melting is the water on the other side. So it gets an awful lot of abuse, a lot of stress, and so on. So firebox pieces or sections, they'd weld in patches or maybe build a new one or whatever it took and stuff. Basically, they kept an eye on how thin the metal was getting. Periodically, it would be replaced. The boiler, the outer boiler, hopefully, with good water treatment, could last literally the life of the engine. Anything else, the steam engine was infinitely repairable. You could replace anything on it. It was basically all just metal, steel and iron and stuff, and if you got a new whatever it was, you could replace it and you could rebuild it. The typical life in the old days of a steam locomotive was about 50 years.
And this particular engine is how old now?
This is 92 years old, built in 1913, and labored for 41 years for the Soo Line. Traveled something like about 1 3/4 million miles in its lifetime.
Do you have any idea of what it cost when they bought it originally?
Originally, it was a group of 10, and in 1913 it cost $25,000 and some odd dollars.
Just for this one alone, $25,000.
Yeah. Well, they bought it instead of 10 of them for basically a quarter million.
And then today, how much would it be worth if you were to put it on eBay?
Yeah, you'd be probably
You know what I
looking
mean.
at, yeah, you'd be looking $250,000, $300,000 range.
Still, actually, it's not a bad.
No, it isn't.
How much does it weigh? Empty or
Well,
as
full,
opposed to full?
full I always remember. She's fully fired up, coaled up, watered up, ready to roll, go to the road. She's just short of a 500,000 pounds. Actually, 248 tons.
Would you mind saying your name and maybe spelling it so we can credit it correctly?
Okay. The name is Gary, G-A-R-Y, Ostrand, O-S-T-R-A-N-D.
And you're one of the owners?
I'm one of the owners.
And the engineer? Or?
No, I'm a fireman, not an engineer. You do need a federal license to be an engineer. Kenny has a license. I don't have one, but I can be a fireman.
Okay.